Good morning and welcome to the show. Keep this in mind. It all starts with here, and what you keep in here will affect everything else in your life. I'm David Specht, SpechtHealth.com, as you can see right there. It's been a little bit since my last live as far as in this format, but I wanted to share with you real quick this idea that I had. It is the first week of the year, right? So we are really gearing up and getting things going, right? We made those resolutions, we made those plans. Tina and I spent last weekend really planning out our year, our 2 years down the road, our 5 years down the road, and really got some clarity on some things that we wanted to accomplish in our life, in our faith, in our health. And so I thought about how this week is going. And when we got back, um, some things started happening, right? You would make the best plans and then the distractions come. You make the best plans and then life happens. And you sometimes find yourself off track. I had some plans for Tuesday and Wednesday that didn't necessarily go the way that I had hoped so. I wanted to move the needle in some areas, or at least start moving the needle, and it didn't just happen for me. And I was like, I was getting frustrated. I'm like, why is it every time I try to do something new, big, exciting, there's always these challenges, these things, these obstacles that are in the way? And then I thought about a sermon that I've heard preached many, many times. I've heard many different people use it. In fact, Tim Tebow wrote a book about it, or did a thing about it. And one of the things he talks about is the dash. You have your birth date and then your passing date, and in between there's a dash, and that's where life happens, right? In the dash. And I started thinking about the dash with regard to our health journeys and our financial journeys and our business journeys. In health, a lot of times you see the before picture and the after picture, and you forget about the dash in between. Our coaches tell us it's the messy middle. It's that place where things don't go right, but yet you keep plugging along. I remember during our health journey, the first week that the scale didn't move, and it was so disappointing that I was like, are you kidding me? I am, and this is a mindset issue. I was like, I'm starving myself and the needle's not moving. The scale's not moving. But do you know that the scale was but one indicator of change? We began to measure around with tape measures and saw the change and the shrinkage and the readjusting of our bodies. This is what my encouragement to you is. Your plans for 2023, those were the before. Well, let me take it back. Your current reality is the before. The goals and plans are the after. But now is the critical time. It's the dash. It's the dash. It's the messy middle. So what do? How do you get past the messy middle? How do you get through the messy middle when it can really affect you in your mindset? Well, learn from my lesson. Find other ways to measure your progress. Here's a great example. So I make it a point to make our bed every day between me and Tina. The rule is the last person getting up makes the bed. When I get up and I go do something and I come back and the bed's unmade, this could be that pivotal moment where I decide whether or not I'm going to let it derail me, or that I work through the obstacle. And guys, it takes what, a minute maybe to make a bed these days? That 1 minute can affect the entire day. And so I will go and I will make the bed, and then I will go about my day, and my day will be just fine. But that one pivotal moment when things didn't go according to plan could have derailed me. And if I had not made the bed, or if I got upset that the responsible person didn't make the bed, or whatever, it would derail all the things after it. And is that really where you want to be? Derailing your own self because one little thing came up and didn't go the way you had envisioned it in your head? So I just want to encourage you today. You may be looking at health as an area that you're trying to improve in 2023. Well, there's multiple ways to measure health. You can measure it by the weight on the scale. You can measure it by how well you sleep at night. You can measure it by the inches on your body. You can measure it by how active you are. You can measure it by meds that you are or aren't taking, or your need for things not taken. This morning, and I'm rambling here for some reason, but I want to share this. This morning, my wife and I had a physical here at the house for life insurance. It's something I've never done before. And if you don't have life insurance, you need to get it because you need to take care of your family should something happen. But I was going through the physical this morning, and it reminded me of all the things. They check your blood pressure, they take blood, they weigh you, she took my height for some reason. But they have all of these indicators to judge your overall health, right? All of these tests. And yet so many times we judge ourselves or judge our progress based upon one test. The one thing that we're looking at, whether it's a scale, whether it's money in the bank, whether it's the bed's made or not made. Look, when you're in the messy middle, you need to find multiple ways to gauge your progress. And sometimes gauging your progress may require an outside set of eyes. Maybe you need that person to say, man, you're looking good. Man, you're engaged. Man, you're fully present. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a community. Whatever it is. If it's in finances, you need a financial coach. If it's in relationships, you need a relationship coach. If it's in health, you need a health coach. You're in the messy middle right now. You are in the dash. Your next big dash moment will be December 31st, 2023. When you look back at what you set out to accomplish in this year, what do you want your after photo to look like? What do you want your goals? Don't you want new goals instead of going back over the same goals? Don't you want new dreams instead of going back over the same dreams? Well, now is the time to do the work and push through the messy middle. Can I tell you, we may show the before and the after photo, but the dash is really where the work is and is really the most important part of the journey. God bless.